everyone, welcome back to another video. If you're new, hi, my name is Jessica. Subscribe to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be creating this Halloween makeup tutorial that was requested by one of you awesome subscribers, so thank you so much for requesting this video. I had lots of fun filming it, so without further ado, let's jump right in. Jumping right into the tutorial, I already did my eyebrows off of camera, so go ahead and do your eyebrows and prime your lids and get them ready for eyeshadow. I'm going to be going into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. As you guys know, this is my absolute favorite palette of all time. I use it in almost every video, I want to say, and in everyday life. Like, I use it all the time. So I'm going to go into the shade Burnt Orange on, you guessed it, my Wet n Wild blending brush and blend that into the crease. For this particular look, you can do any eye look. So I'm just going to stick to something that's neutral and like something that I feel comfortable in. So if you're comfortable in a really bold, colorful eye look, you can go ahead and do that as well. You guys, Halloween is 2 days away. How many of you guys are excited? What are you going to dress up as for Halloween? Let me know down in the comments below. I still have no idea what I'm going to dress up as. I'm sure I'll post my outfit on Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I'll leave my handle somewhere here on the screen so that you guys can check that out if you want. You don't have to follow me, you know. On a Sigma E25 blending brush, I'm going to go into the shade Sienna, which is this one right next to it. And I'm going to apply this to the crease and also bring it out to the outer corner. Switching over to the blending brush and just blending out those edges. Repeating the exact same thing onto this eye right here. Whenever I switch over and grab this brush, I don't add any additional product to it. I just blend with whatever is left on the brush. On an e.l.f. crease brush, I'm going to go into the shade Mulberry and apply that to the outer corner and to the crease, but not bringing it up as high, just keeping it a little bit low, just to add a little bit of depth. First, I'm going to just stamp it onto the outer corner and then just do back and forth motions, blending that color upward, and then taking whatever is left on the brush and bringing it into the crease. Oddly enough, this color doesn't really appear to be as red as it is on the pan whenever you apply it to the eye. It's kind of coming off as like a deep purple. I don't know if it's because I laid down like that reddish brown underneath, and the color combination of those two is just giving it that purple hue. Not hating on it, it looks cute. I'm just saying that it's not really coming up as red as I thought it was going to be. Going back into that Sigma E25 blending brush and just going over the edges. I'm dipping back into the shade Sienna, and I'm going to go over that and wing this out just a little bit. Going into this blending brush with no additional product, just going over all the edges. I'm going to go ahead and add some of that Mulberry shade to this eye. Now I'm going to go into the shade Tempura, which is this one right here, on a flat shader brush. And I'm going to apply that shade to my brow bone, just to give it a bit of a highlight. Lastly, go in there one more time with that blending brush and just go over the edges lightly, just to make sure everything is nice and blended. Alrighty, now we're going to move on to the lid. For the lid, I'm going to cut my crease. For that, I'm going to be taking the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer and a small concealer brush. So I think I'm going to take some and just apply it directly onto the brush itself. Okay, so I'm just going to take that little concealer brush and I'm just going to carve out my crease here. And I think I'm going to do a half cut crease, so I'm not going to take it all the way. Since I'm doing a half cut crease, I think I'm going to just stop there and just bring it on to the rest of the lid and then blend it out in a second with a different brush. Grab a little bit more and do the same thing to the other eye. Now with that same concealer brush and no additional product, I'm just going to tap away any product that I may have left. And I'm just going to pat over the edges to try and blend these two colors together. Going back into the brush that we used to apply the shade Mulberry, I'm just going to go over the edges to try and blend everything out nicely. So just patting over that concealer to get a nice blend. We're going in with the flat brush first, patting over the edges and letting the brush do most of your blending for you. And as I'm patting, I'm like dragging some of the Mulberry shade into the concealer. So I'm like pat, swipe, pat, swipe, pat, swipe. Then with my brush, no additional product on the brush, I'm just going to go over that and just do swiping motions. So I'm going to go into the shade Rose Pink. I don't really use this color a lot, so I think that today's the perfect day to try and wear this shade on the lid, and I think it'll look really pretty. On this Real Techniques, I'm not really sure what brush this is because the name is rubbed off of it. I'm just going to take that shade and then setting that concealer in place. Now I'm going to go back into this brush, dipping back into the shade Mulberry. I'm going to top off some of that excess product and then blend the shimmer and the matte together. I'm just going to stamp it on first, and I'm going to bring the matte into the shimmer instead of bringing the shimmer out into the matte. Going back into that Sigma E25, I'm just going to blend out any of these edges right here. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat the exact same steps to the other eye. So I'm pretty satisfied with how that looks. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is apply some winged liner. For that, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Cosmetics Expert Liquid Liner in the shade Black. So I'm going to just take a mirror here and draw a line following the lower lash line here, and just following that and drawing a line straight out. Once we have that line, I'm just going to connect it and then drag it down. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this eye now. Hopefully they come out the same. If not, then I'm gonna have to thicken them up a little bit. And I wanna make sure that they're the same angle. These wings don't even look the same. Story of my life. This eye always comes out a lot thicker for some reason when I do my winged eyeliner. Okay, so that's that wing done. Now I'm gonna have to thicken this one up just a little bit at the top. So now to set my wings in place, I'm gonna take the black eyeshadow from the Soft Glam palette on an angled brush and set the wings in place so that they're nice and matte. Alrighty, so now that my wings are set in place, I'm going to go ahead and take a wet wipe and clean off any fallout before I move on to mascara and lashes. I'm actually going to go ahead and do my mascara and lashes off of camera, and I'll be right back. So I went ahead and did my lashes off of camera. The lashes that I used are the Cocoa Lashes in Goddess. So now that the eyes are done for now, I'm going to go ahead and speed through the face. I would just say to do your base routine the way that you normally would. So do your foundation, concealer, contouring, blush, highlight, and all of that. Do it the way that you normally would do it, and then I'll come back and explain to you guys how to get the cat eye and as well as all the other little details. So I'm going to go ahead and speed through my base routine, but I will leave all the products that I used down in the description below. So the face is now done, so now it's time to move on and do the lower lash line. I'm going to go back into my Anastasia Soft Glam palette, and I'm going to take the shade Sienna, and I'm going to run that with a pencil brush underneath my lower lash line. And I'm going to leave a good amount of space here because we are going to be drawing like a little cat line inwards. On a clean blending brush, I'm just going to buff away the color and blend out the edges. On an angled brush, I'm going to go into the shade Cypress Umber, and I'm going to take that on my brush, and then I'm going to draw like a little V to the inner corner of my eye. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Like a little V like that. And then you can bring this color in towards the lash line, and then this little gap that's right here, we're going to fill that in with a shimmery shadow. I think I'm going to take the Anastasia Amrezy Highlight on a little brush. I'm going to apply that into that inner corner. With that pencil brush that we used to apply the shade Sienna, I'm just going to run that underneath here and then blend a little bit of that color underneath there so it's not just a plain line. Going into that shader brush with that tempera color, I'm just going to clean up a little bit under there, brighten it up. On a really small brush like this, I'm going to go into the black shade of the palette and define the line a little bit more. I think I like how that looks right now, so I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing that we did on this eye to this eye. I'm going to take a little bit of black on that angled brush and just really push that along the lower lash line and connecting it up here. Now I'm going to take a black eyeliner pencil and apply that to my waterline. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply some lower lash mascara. I'm also going to take some of this highlight and apply it to the brow bone. Now that we're done with the eyes, we're going to go ahead and move on to the nose. For the nose, I'm going to take this little brush right here. It's like a fine liner brush, and taking some black eyeshadow. So I'm going to use this to sketch the shape of the nose before I fill it in with liquid eyeliner. So for this, I'm just going to draw like a little U in the beginning, like that, and then go like this. So now that I kind of have like the general shape of how I want it to look, I'm going to go in with the jumbo pencil and fill it in. I'm going to just take this little brush and take what I can and really get into the edges. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit more of that on this brush and just draw a straight line down the middle. Now to set this in place, we're going to take some black eyeshadow and a big shader brush, kind of something like this, and just set everything in place. Now I'm going to take some black eyeliner and I'm going to draw little dots right here. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the black eyeshadow on this little pencil brush and just really fill those in. Now with some liquid eyeliner, I'm going to draw on some whiskers. I started with the eyeshadow brush and some eyeshadow, but I think this will get the best pigment and it will just be really easy. Okay, so the whiskers are not perfect, but hey, I tried. So now we're going to do the lips and we will be done with this look. For the lips, I'm going to take a black eyeliner again and I'm going to fill in the top lip. Now I'm going to be taking the NYX Cosmetics Nude Beige Lip Liner and the NYX Cosmetics Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Athens, and I'm going to apply this to the bottom lip. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to go over that with the Super Stay Matte Ink by Maybelline in the shade 55. We are now done with the look. We've reached the end of the video, you guys. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on that bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!